live. I think. Yes.
I'm glad. Better live than dead, I always say.
Better live than dead. And it's the first time I'm doing an intro on camera, which feels very weird, but I'm not going to do much here. But yeah, guys, we're in Space Marines 2, Warhammer 40K. I say we because I'm not alone. I got the man himself, Corey from the VeVe team. Corey, how's it going, man?
Good, good, good. Glad to be here. And I'm just going to tell you, in Space Marine, you're never alone. You always have your brothers to stand beside you.
Dude, you know way more about this game than I do. All the lore and the backstories and stuff. For those watching, Corey's the one who actually got me into this. Emoji told me about it, but I joined a space where Corey and Emoji were chatting, and he was explaining a lot of the backstories and like, you know, the stars on the helmet representing, I think you said 50 years of service or 100.
Yeah, like, and don't set it up like I'm a super pro, but yeah, I know just a little bit. What I know, I just know from actually playing the game. I think it's like the coolest thing about this game is so many people are making like lore-based content. And so like TikTok's just full of people chatting up, but like the little metal studs on people's heads, like your main character when you're playing the campaign, each one of those is like half a century of faithful service to the God Emperor above.
Man, I love stuff like that. I love stuff like that.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Who are you gonna run as? Is that the...
Were you doing Vanguard or are you doing Assault?
I think I'm gonna stick with Assault right now. I want to try and level this guy up, if that's cool.
Yeah, I think for PvP you're really gonna enjoy probably Assault and Vanguard. Let's see. I will be Vanguard then, because I'm leveling up a new DLC pistol.
Nice.
Just came out.
Is it good?
The Neo Volkite pistol, and it basically shoots like a superheated fire laser blast, which blows your enemies up.
Oh, I have seen that in game. I was wondering what it was.
Here, I'll show you. Just go downstairs. I don't know if you knew this, but you know, over here, you can see your Ultramarine brothers. You know, they're just in formation, preparing for a long day of work. And then down here, we don't know what's up here. Like, maybe this elevator will open up for TLC. Have you played through the campaign yet, dude?
I'm not done it, but I just started working more on it because I finally got this game running again. So,
Gotcha.
But yeah, I just got to the.
Oh yeah, you had to get like a RAM upgrade, right?
No, so it wasn't even that. And funny enough, I don't even know what the issue was because it got fixed when I was away in Vegas. But the person who picked my PC up is away on a trip right now, so I haven't even talked to them about it. But it was not RAM, so I got an extra stick of RAM at least.
This is that pistol. That's what it looks like.
Do you have to hold that to charge it, or is it just like...
It's just a continuous beam, and it doesn't overheat, which is kind of cool.
Oh, I didn't even know this spot was here.
On the him. Yeah, this is a place where you can like test out your abilities. You can check out, and we can PvP in here too. Like, you know, if you shoot me, it hurts. If I shoot you, it hurts.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a cool way to like figure out the range for your weapons, kind of figure out how your grenades work.
There we go.
Usually whenever I was first playing with my wife a whole bunch, before we'd go do a whole mission, which can take like 30, 40 minutes, like depending on what you do, we just run down here and be like, yeah, this is cool, or no, I hate this, so I'm never gonna level it up. That's more my wife. You know, I level up all the things, she just plays the things she likes, so yeah. Different strokes.
Hey,
so I'm curious, if you haven't done the campaign, what missions are available to you?
Okay, so
7 missions?
I was one of those people that just opened them before I got to the campaign. Because before I was having these issues, I could still run some of the missions. So because the campaign wouldn't let me load in, I just unlocked them early. So I can do all of them.
Cool. Pick any one you want, dude. And what are you, 6? We could probably go like substantial or 1 under.
Let's start with average. See how that goes.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
And then let's do the first mission I typically run because there's no boss. You can speed run it, but let's do a boss one. Let's do the second mission here.
Decapitation. What is that, like the Hive Tyrant?
I think so. The one where the bridge gets blown up.
Yeah, we're both weak sauce for that, but that'd be cool. I'm 25.
That's max level, isn't it? What the hell?
I used to do... My character's good at clearing out huge mobs. And so's yours, actually. Like, we're great for point control, kind of like the bulwark.
Mhm.
But, like, there are certain characters that just absolutely annihilate bosses. Like, the sniper does huge, you know, chunks of damage to bosses. Tactical, you know, you can auspice scan, which gives, like, the 100% extra damage kind of thing. Just, like, some of those abilities.
I have yet to play with heavy. That's the one class I haven't played with yet. But the sniper one's difficult to play with.
The sniper's actually my first class that I played with, and it's my favorite class in the game.
Really?
Especially at, like, the highest difficulty. Because at the highest difficulty scaling basically means a lack of ammunition and resources, plus a scale and damage for the enemies. And what's nice about the sniper is the La Fusil sniper rifle. I need to turn down the in-game audio. So
I was just about to say, yeah. I think it's the cutscene that's...
And the La Fusil, if you log headshots with it, it refunds the ammo. And so you can basically, if you're pretty diligent with the sniper rifle, you can just keep yourself up. And then what's also nice about the sniper is headshots refresh your class ability, which turns you invisible, which just makes you like a key person on your squad. Because as everyone else goes down, you can just keep logging headshots, dodging and turning invis, and then reviving your teammates.
Is that a perk that you unlock
reasons.
later, though? Or is that default with the class?
That's its default class ability.
I didn't even pick up on that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And then this is what this guy does. He just basically shoots himself across.
Yeah.
Which allows me to, like, quickly, you know, log heavier damage. And that's your slam ability is pretty slick. In PvP, that ability is menacing. Like,
Oh, I can
the
imagine.
assaults are just, like, floating around.
Yeah. Yeah, when you said the PvP mode, I thought of Destiny right away. I only found out about that recently, but we'll definitely have to check that out.
Did you play, like, all the Destinies? Destiny
Oh,
1,
yeah.
Destiny 2?
I'm a big Destiny fan, dude. I still play that game from time to time, but I turn this on here. But yeah, everything about that game, I'm a big fan of Bungie, right? Because I came from Halo.
Okay.
And that's the title they moved into, but...
So my wife and I logged, like, a bajillion hours in Destiny. That was definitely one of our jams.
Yeah. Who'd you play as?
I was a Titan. I always kind of play a heavy character. It's just like, I really liked, good lord, it's been so long. Hunter? Double jump? Blink? Am I thinking of the right thing?
Yep. Hunter is what I played as, so.
Gotcha. I had leveled everything. That's kind of what I do in games. Like, I like to kind of, like, just level up everything, and then if things get patched or, you know, different missions require different things,
Yeah.
have, like, options. But Titan that's kind of the class I like to play. That's why the class you're playing is a lot of fun to me. Like, being able to fly up in the air and smash a Warhammer down on a ton of enemies is just so metal.
I'm all about movement in games. That's what, yeah. That's what I played as
And that's
the Hunter.
actually why I really like this character too, because this grapple just really gives you a huge amount of mobility. And you
Man,
can tag stuff just by tapping up. I don't know if you knew that, so you can let your
tapping up.
friends know where the cool things are.
Oh, what are you playing on? PC or?
Yeah, I'm PC Master Race for me.
Oh god. For those watching, the captains, if you get the captains, then all the smaller ones around him actually drop. So before he took them out. We got Sven in the chat.
So,
What
like,
up, man?
Like, these dudes way over here, I like to be able to just get over to them real quick, start doing some parries. I think that's one of my favorite things about this, is the parry system built into it.
You can parry a couple different ways, I noticed. Like, clicking spacebar does it as well.
Yeah, you can dodge and you can parry, and every class has unique parry abilities. And your melee weapon, whether it's balanced, whether it's, what's the word? There's balance, fencing, and block. And you would think block would give you the best parry window, and it actually gives you the worst. You want fencing if you want to be doing tons of parries in this game.
I still haven't gotten that down yet. I seem to miss them quite often. I'm more at that phase where I just click spacebar to dodge, and then I just shoot him with a pistol.
Gotcha. And that's some of the cool things about this too. Like the reason I like sniper is a successful dodge also activates your invisibility.
Ah, okay.
With like a cooldown built into it. And every time I execute an enemy, you should be getting 15% of your special back in your refresh. Like that's another cool thing about this character specifically, is you feed the rest of your team by doing executions like I am right now, and it should be quickly giving your class ability back.
Yeah, I just noticed that. Hey, we got my collectibles in the chat. What up, man?
Aaron! Or my collectibles. I never know what the rules are, buddy. It's weird, you know, I talk to Aaron every single day, right, for work. And to me, he's Aaron. So I try to honor his wishes in streams. I try to. Do my best, buddy.
Never met him like that yet, so.
Well, the most... I think you mentioned it, actually, in your last content that you made. But oh, there's an extremist here somewhere.
Yeah.
Where's it at? Heard
Got him. Got him.
I'm actually out of primary ammo.
That pitiful Xenos was but an abhorrent blight.
I hear it.
Oh, are you talking about the one that
Oh, there it is.
goes under
There
the
it is.
ground or whatever?
So
Yeah.
this one, you can parry it to death. Like, if you just stand here and kind of wait for the windows, it has pretty big parry windows.
Is that one of the tougher enemies in this game?
This is one of the easiest ones
Oh.
in terms of extremist enemies. Because, like I said, this one has the easiest parry window. So you can literally just stand your ground and wait for the parry windows and just let it try to attack you, block it, counterattack, block it, counterattack, block it, counterattack, and it's dead.
I
Yeah,
upped
I
the
think one of the
graphics
cool
in this
things
game.
about Aaron is whenever I met him in person, he was exactly the same person in person than he was like on his streams and everything.
Yeah, that was an awesome thing about Vegas. I was so nervous about that, I gotta be honest, but huge relief that
And it used to be more like that, honestly. Like there were a lot of people like that in like the golden days or early days, I guess would be a better way of saying that, the VeVe. So we had a lot of content creators that kind of popped in for the hype during that NFT boom,
Right.
you know, when everything was up. And that's where you kind of encountered a lot of those people. And it was like a bummer, honestly. But I get it. Like, I'm a showman. Like, I can turn it on and turn it off. Uh-oh.
I got to
Enemy
meet
wave,
some
let it die.
some old names in the community. I got to meet Taps, which was cool. So
Yeah,
that was,
Taps.
Yeah,
Definitely OG.
definitely wasn't
OG
expecting
vibe.
that. Oh, I'm supposed to be getting this.
Does he live there?
I don't know actually, where he's based out of.
So we let a dude call in reinforcements, so we're going to have to deal with a little bit of a wave here. Shouldn't be too bad, hopefully.
Can you prevent those waves? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Or
we can
are you-
prevent waves until we get to higher difficulty. And we prevent the waves by stopping them from calling for reinforcements. We got to kill those majors,
Right.
essentially. And since this game isn't like XP based, you know, like you get a flat reward at the completion of a mission, like, so there's really no benefit to
Oh.
letting a bunch of people, here, I'll get you, of killing like a bajillion enemies. You know, some games you kill a bajillion enemies and the whole time, you know, you're getting XP per kill.
Right. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, I noticed.
here-
Every mission you unlock something.
Yeah. Because you're just getting the base XP. So the way to increase your XP is essentially you can be the top. What do we need to do here? I'm like talking, I'm not even paying attention. Oh,
I
okay.
picked up.
Yeah, we just need to.
Yeah, it's like a mine or something or an explosive.
There should be a second story, either up or down. We just do the same thing all over again.
We're getting ready to level this
place.
place.
That's which is sad. Look at the architecture in here.
You know,
Here's a
man,
med kit if you
the
need
amount of work that went into this game, it still blows me away. I just walk around and look at the architecture and the design. Like, oh my lord.
I think that was, for me in campaign mode, the first time I played it, I was like, okay, so this is different. This is a different level of... But to be fair, all Warhammer games are like that. Like, I feel like Warhammer is a different yardstick for quality control. because they understand how passionate their community is and how damaging it is. You know,
Yeah.
they're gonna let you know, like if it's not lore accurate or if it doesn't look like it should, you're just not gonna get the support. And they have such a huge, massive community.
Well, dude, speaking of other games, have you played Darktide 40K?
Yeah.
Because I just came across that in the Epic Games Store. I never heard anything about that game, and it was released back in, it was like 2020 or 2019. And it looks really good.
And they still run updates on that.
Is it a similar style to this, or like...
It is very similar to this. And if you like sort of more tabletop, like if you're a Baldur's Gate kind of turn-based strategy, I would highly recommend Rogue Trader, because that'll actually give you like a pretty cool lore dump too. You get to be a Rogue Trader, which is basically a position within the God Emperor's realm for the Imperium. You're given the writ of trade by the God Emperor, which means you are basically like a glorified pirate captain that goes into new systems and takes their stuff to basically bring the Emperor's light, but you have to share the spoils with the Emperor kind of thing, and like the Imperium. It's really, really cool. I don't, like I said, I'm not heavy into the lore, so like I've been kind of learning the lore through the games, and that one just gave me a different slice of lore than I'd ever seen.
So much. Like, I was watching this hour-and-a-half documentary, if you want to call it, on like the lore of 40K, and it was a video made after this game dropped. So they were explaining a little bit about the orcs, which aren't in this game, but
Dude, yeah.
The funny storyline is the guy was explaining about how anything they believe kind of becomes reality.
Yep.
And so there's a storyline apparently where they're fighting a war and their enemy runs out of ammo, so they start using like their hands as like finger guns, like the pew pew pew. And because they think they're actually shooting bullets, they die. I'm like, that's such a...
I love it.
It's like dark humor, but...
I'm kind of hoping that we get some expansions that do include, because obviously we have Tyranids and Chaos, here.
Yeah.
And so I'd love to see the orcs. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff like that. Like they believe red is faster. So like if you paint your vehicle red, it will go faster.
Oh my god.
Like literally it will, because they believe that. They don't... And it's not just what they believe, it's what they don't understand as well. So like they don't know that if you're in the void of space, like obviously there's no air and you'll die. But since they don't know that, they can just be in the void of space and not die.
They don't die. That's... Wow.
I wish what I didn't know would benefit me in such a way. What do we got over here? Guardian Relic, if anyone needs that.
Isn't this what gives you more XP?
This will give you an extra
self-revival.
life.
Okay.
Yeah, self-revive.
What's the one that
And
gives
so
you
the-
extra XP?
That's the Emperor's crusty sock, as this community calls it. It's the gene seeds. So spread out throughout the Warhammer universe are gene seeds, which is basically each chapter of the Space Marines was founded by one of the Emperor's many sons. And so the gene seeds are a little bit of his DNA spread out, which allows for the propagation of new Space Marines.
Oh. Is
So
it?
everyone calls it the Emperor's crusty sock.
Jeez. Am I right in saying that if you drop it, you lose it though, or something? Somebody told me that if you die, you don't get it.
Yep. So armory data you'll hold on to, even if you eat it, but the gene seed you will lose. So you usually just let whoever has the most survivability grab it, and you can swap your relic for a gene seed.
Oh, okay.
Here's a med kit.
Oh, I need one of those.
We may have to bring down the supply bridge.
It is already done, guards.
What I really like about this game too is it just looks so clean, and it's so cool to see yourself amongst humans. And you just realize like how immense you are.
I get stuck just looking at the detail. Like, this bridge is so cool.
I know.
The design. Oh, here we go, guys. We got a hive boss.
Where are we going? They're coming center. Cool.
Hive
All right,
tyrant.
so what I like to do here is just shoot the barrels as they come close. So if you see down there, there's little barrels.
Barrels.
You can
Oh.
just tag those. And then as they come right up into your sector, there's usually some barrels and explosive tanks you can shoot to stack a bunch of kills. Like that. and then obviously some grenades. This place usually has a bunch of grenades just chilling.
Yeah, I'm tossing them over here. And for those that are watching and don't know this game, it uses a lot of AI, which is how these hives are kind of attacking us right now. And what's also cool is Corey made a comment there about how they're coming from the center. And, I mean, we can run this mission back, and they might come from, like, the right or the left. It switches it up, so it's not the same every single time.
Yeah, it's really interesting, like that enemy AI system, which is basically a swarm-based system. And so I've had some really wild things happen in gameplay that I've just never seen happen before.
Like what?
My wife and I would just be running solos. Enemies pathing from directions we've never seen them path.
Oh.
Enemies doing unique sort of actions. Oh man, I'm way over here, so I didn't expect to see the hive trident look like. Are you near the computer?
I'm just...
Okay, that guy is.
Geez, my thing is lagging with that explosion. What the hell?
Yeah, there's a lot happening on this screen.
Scale is crazy.
I can't remember if it's this mission or the first mission. This is a place where you have to defend like some power. Very typical of this game. You gotta defend a thing for a time period.
Yeah.
But you gotta protect like these 3 different way stations. There's like an A, B, and C. I've seen some really interesting like enemy pathing there too. The way they decide to either attack the generator or just full on attack you. And this, it feels more pronounced in Inferno, like the hardest difficulty, because once you play these levels enough times, you kind of get a feel for. It's like you playing Destiny, I bet. Like you run some of those missions and some of those raids so many times that it almost becomes mechanical.
Yeah.
Like you're playing a game, but you're kind of just a cog at the same time. And this, because the enemy pathing, especially for large groups of enemies, is a little bit unpredictable. It changes the outcomes. Like I can remember playing games like Destiny where I just knew exactly where things were going to be. Like I just run through and I'd be looking before.
Yeah, you get to the point where you start like speed running the level.
Yeah, you're just running and clicking and you know where everything is.
Yeah.
With this, you have a general idea of where things are, but also the game sometimes will just be like there'll be like 15 extremists in a level, right? Like just hugely powerful enemies for no reason at a difficulty where they have no business being. You know?
That's interesting.
Or conversely, a lack of really tough enemies, and so you breeze through it.
I'm gonna have to start looking out for that because I haven't picked up on that in this game yet. But
okay. So for me, it's like I like the familiarity of knowing the levels, but I kind of like the unfamiliarity of like, holy crap, I've never seen, you know, a Carnifax at this place in the game. Like,
so,
what is that even doing here?
What you're reminding me of is I actually found this out yesterday. There's a new Web3 game getting released on the Epic Games Store. It's called Revenge, and it utilizes the blockchain so that Twitch viewers can influence the environment of the game in real time.
Oh, dude, that's
and like the
such
outcome.
a smart thing.
Yeah, and I was like, that's super cool. So that's gonna, I mean, add on to what you're talking about, how it's gonna be a different outcome every single time.
All right, we got an extremist here somewhere. Oh, he's behind us.
How do you know that that's here?
If you look in the top center of your screen, you're going to see an extremist, and there's like a kind of a bell dong that makes a sound.
Yeah. Not let me jump. What the heck?
I'm killing him. This guy's another. He turns invisible, but he is purely parryable. Parryable? Parryable?
I don't even know what the. I don't even know what the.
Parryable. We're
Oh my
making up words
Lord.
today. Enjoy it, chat. We do our best. We're men of words. We make them up too.
Man, something I love about this game ever since I upped the graphics is how your Space Marine gets like all covered in.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm wearing white and I look red.
Oh yeah, look at you.
It's insane.
So glorious, brother.
Insane.
Oh, my God.
Such a cool
And then
detail.
an interesting thing when you're playing with randos and they're into the lore, they'll ask you all these like lore specific questions about the armor, They were like, a fellow blood angel, tell me. And, you know, and then they'll ask you something, and you're like, let's role play. All right, let's do this.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Pay no heed to its
Definitely not there yet, but you know.
We are the hunters.
We got the biggest bro in the chat. What up, man?
Yes, bro. He was wearing those nouns glasses. I saw a bunch of pictures of him. I think we talked about that. Aaron and I did in a live stream.
I love Clem.
I
man.
really
That
like
guy's
the nouns
awesome.
guys.
Yeah.
That whole team was super cool to work with.
They
Sent
stood out
like,
to me and
cool videos to use. They made all their own music, so I didn't have to deal with any copyright stuff. They were like, we were able to go back and forth to like get it spiffed up. Like super cool team. Really nice people.
I talked to Clem a bunch at Decon, and you can just, yeah, you can tell that guy's passionate right away. He loves what he's doing. Not to mention, super excited about the VeVe-verse and how to kind of use that for his pieces as well. So.
Yeah, are you a beta on that or no?
No.
That's surprising, given your proclivity for all things. Is there a reason for that?
I'm sure. I just don't know what it is.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about that offline, dude.
Yeah, all good.
Locate an exit.
Because
Biggest-
that's just as easy as a link. So let me sort that out.
Appreciate that.
Because obviously we're starting to do like we're having. They kind of took the, what's the word I'm looking for? They took the
Mending flesh.
restrictions off of us. I'm allowed to talk about that. I'm allowed to make content to show it. And so, you know, we're going through some of the beta testers that we know they're okay being on camera or they're okay talking. Not everyone is, and that's fine.
When
know,
you say
some people want
restrictions,
the
are you
privacy.
talking NDAs got lifted?
No. My restrictions as
Oh,
a
I
PV.
see.
Not even so much a restriction. It was just
Stim shot injected.
we were working on so many other things that talking about that at the time was just not the greatest.
Together we go.
So we kind of needed to focus on some of the major priorities. But
Makes
now,
sense.
obviously, with Q1 coming and us announcing like the actual timelines, we're able to make a lot of content around it, which is awesome.
I can't wait for
And
that.
so Aaron, my collectibles, is doing. Oh snap!
I dodged
Yeah,
that.
I totally spaced out what we were doing here and forgot that we're even fighting the Hive Tyrant.
Oh, this
man,
should be
did
fast,
you grab
though.
a Melta Bomb?
No, I'm out.
Okay, so for this one, the way to make this battle really easy is he's gonna do 2 phases, right? Like we're gonna kill him, he's gonna go down, and then he's gonna get all of his health back.
Mhm.
If all 3 of us put a Melta Bomb whenever he's refreshing that health, and the second his health comes back, and we all trigger that Melta Bomb right whenever he refreshes, life's really easy for us because he loses like almost all of his ammo or his health.
Okay.
We could take like 3/4 of his health,
I gotta grab
and
one
I'm
of those.
watching
So.
right now.
Oh, I got one. Oh no, it's a crack grenade. Is that how you say it? Crack? Yeah.
Those work really well. Yeah, crack.
No. Oh, I'm one shot.
Stop beating up my brother!
No.
My brother, no!
Oh, is that a stims?
Still got some fight.
Brother, I will revive you now. So this is the point. Like he just got all of his health back. This would be a cool time for us to, drop grenades and. Oh shit! I forgot about this. I haven't done the Hive Tyrant for a while.
I think I've only done this mission like 2 or 3 times. I don't even remember like. Oh. Why is he coming after me? Go for someone else.
Because you're just so beautiful with that white armor. Can you blame him?
I need my super. Here we go.
All right, here we go. Wait, I can't see the. Oh, he's doing that ground thing.
Oh, whoa.
Not a fan of this ground thing that he does. The Neo guys do it or whatever they are.
So is the only way around that to just jump?
It's a dodge. You just gotta like time your dodges basically. Man, am I gonna get cooked here? I might.
Oh, he's close.
I might sacrifice myself for the good of the Emperor. Yeah.
Oh, we got
just
our-
keep putting
nice.
bullets on him.
Airborne ready.
It was worth it. My death was worth it. But yeah, the VeVe-verse is like kind of a priority now in terms of producing content, keeping everyone up to date, sort of building out some of the tutorial content that we want to put out to get people, no matter what level you're at, like whether you're like super into the decor or just You know, I'm here for a turnkey experience. Make sure that we have all that content like prefabbed, right?
Yeah, so let me ask you this, because you mentioned how you were creating some of those promos in like Unity and stuff now. Do you guys plan on ever doing that stuff in the VeVeverse? Like when it gets fully released?
Yes and no. It kind of depends on what the promo content's going to be, right? Like if we're pushing people to experience a certain product release in a VeVeverse environment, then let's make it in the VeVeverse, right? Because let's make it where the person's going to be.
Right.
But Unity just gives me a lot more control. It gives my team a lot more control in terms of lighting, depth of field, camera motion, movement. Cinemachine just has a lot of tools that we can use. And then also, it's going to be dependent on the licensor, right? Like, what's the licensor going to want? Do they want their product displayed in the VeVeverse, or do they want their product standing alone?
Right.
I'll tell you the answer. That's probably going to be like 90% of big licensors. They're not here to have their product promote the VeVeverse, right? And that's just the fact of licensing, like when it comes down to it, and working with licensors. You know, they want their product to stand on its own, you know. And so it's going to be dependent on a lot of variables. Like, the nice thing about what I do and what my team can do is that we're pretty adaptable, so we can kind of adapt to whatever the needs are. But it's nice to have that whole other content opportunity, right? Like, that's a whole new Pandora's box of things that we could be doing. Like, I had a lot of fun with Dan doing that little VeVeverse demo, you know, which we're going to do more of those. But it's just fun. Like, you kind of do the same things over and over again. It's fun to do, you know, new content types, keeps you sort of stoked as a creative. I think anyone that's a creative, you know, having more tools is always better than less. Like, when it comes down to it,
exactly.
More options.
Yeah. No, it's gonna open up a lot of things to do with the collectibles.
I don't like this metal arm. I'm not doing the metal arm.
I'm
using like my character aesthetic. I'm using like a lot of the like super base level armor pieces just because they look better. That's a complaint I have with this game. I really wish armor upgrades had like some sort of tangible gameplay value to me. Like, even if it was like increases my damage resistance to Tyranids by 1% or something.
Right.
Like, it would just make it feel like more of an accomplishment to grind out armor upgrades other than it just being an aesthetic thing.
I think it looks good. My complaint with the customization is the colors. I know that might seem like a small thing, but I feel like there's a million options for like the same shade, and then they're missing a bunch of colors.
Yeah, it's because they tie the game into the tabletop game, obviously, and so there's all the chapters, and they do have specific colors. So they give you the option to kind of like goof off with it, but they're staying true to what all the base chapters would be running, right?
Yeah, see, that's something I wouldn't know then.
Me too. Like, I don't know. I know kind of some of the primary chapters, and I know some of the chapters that were part of games that I previously played. Like in Rogue Trader, for instance, you find on a Xenos planet a space marine that's been captured. You know, he's in a cage, like he's been stripped of his armor, and he's a space wolf. And you find that out by either you add him to your party or you don't add him to your party. The first time I played through Rogue Trader, I didn't even know he was a person that could be on my team. Like, I just thought he was just some random bro that was psycho because he eats everyone. But what I also didn't realize is, like, the space wolves, whenever they eat an enemy or biological matter, they absorb information from the DNA via that consumption. And so for me, the first time I saw the dude, he was basically in an arena, like Gladiator style, just murdering people. Mm-hmm. And after it was done, he's eating them. And I was like, well, okay, a huge humanoid, that's eating people. That's crazy. And it didn't even trigger in my mind that was, you know, a captured space marine that's being tortured by Xenos, and he's eating things to absorb the knowledge of all the different Xenos that he's killing. So if he ever is able to escape and he gets back to his brothers and his chapter, he's collecting intel by eating them. He's literally collecting biological data by consuming them, right? Like, there's layers to it.
Yeah, see, that's what I was gonna say. It's one layer, and there's so much more. Because the mission I just chose here, I think at the very beginning, if I'm not, right here, look right, and then you see one of the... Apparently this is like a walking city or some giant... You see him in the distance there?
What is it?
Look right
I missed it.
in the back here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I
Like
can't
a
think of
walking
what this
city.
is called, but I've seen a bunch of memes for it. Isn't that crazy? It's
And-
the scale of things. in
Yeah.
Warhammer too, right?
The gun on
which
the
makes
right.
sense.
Insane. But that's a whole
Never
backstory.
noticed that, dude.
Yeah, it's a
That's
whole
why I like this
backstory.
game. I've literally never noticed that.
Yeah.
Oh man, old boy's triggering waves up here.
Figure that out in that like hour-long video. But yeah, there's a ton of stuff in the game like this.
Observe the rites of reverence with half the devotion you wield.
Brother, you're not alone anymore.
All right, we got a new enemy type, guys. Now I don't know the full backstory, but why are these guys filled with like blue dust?
Yeah, so basically, I am not the best at doing this, but essentially, these are to us traders. These used to be, Space Marines, and they've devoted themselves to a chaos god. And I can't remember what the specific chapter is. I've seen like a few TikToks on it, but in an interesting thing, like that kind of defines any sort of science fiction sort of story. Like in Star Wars, if you're going to travel really far, like, the Millennium Falcon kind of does the move through space thing.
Yeah.
And then in Star Trek, they have their own way to get through space. And in fact, like one of the more current Star Trek shows, they use like mushroom spores, like a mitochondrial network. And basically, mitochondrial networks exist through the entire expanse of the universe from one key spore, and that's what allows them to travel the mitochondrial network, which allows them to essentially teleport to any location through an intelligent, basically web of interconnective routes, which is really, I was like, whoa, like I've never seen space travel set up like this.
Yeah.
Well, in Warhammer, in this game, space travel happens through the immaterium, the warp. And so basically a reality exists right on the edge of this reality called the warp. And in the warp, like there's demons, there's chaos gods, there's all kinds of insanity that could rip through. Which is
like
very
a-
similar, reminds me of Doom in a way.
Okay.
Like I don't know if you've ever
Yep.
read any of the Doom books.
I never read the
It's
books,
kinda
but I played the games.
Or have you watched the movie, if anyone's listening and you've watched the movie Event Horizon? Like in the movie Event Horizon, which freaked me out as I was too young whenever I watched that for the first time. It like literally scarred me. Have you ever seen Event Horizon, dude?
No, I've never seen that movie.
You should definitely watch that. It has the primary actor from the first Jurassic Park. I can't
Okay.
think of what his name is.
I'm terrible with names, but I do know who you're talking about.
But basically they create like a engine for their spacecraft which allows them to travel faster. But
Okay.
to do that, it rips a hole in reality, which unleashes hell on their ship. Like it literally opens up a portal to hell, because hell's just another, dimension.
Right.
That's the lore in that movie, Event Horizon. This game's similar. Like so, to fast travel through the universe, you basically rip a hole through the immaterium and travel through the warp, which is exceptionally dangerous, because whenever you're in the warp, you can be affected, and your crew can be affected by the chaos of the warp, by the immaterium.
So
Which
does
can cause ships to be lost forever. It can cause people to turn into demons. It can cause demons to appear, or creatures. It can cause mutations. It's just super unpredictable. And so you have to use something called a navigator to basically manage the warp, the chaos. And so these guys were a chapter of Space Marines, and if I'm wrong, just let me know in chat. Like, I'm a noob at this, but essentially this chapter of Space Marines went through the warp and got lost, and in part of that they made a deal with the Chaos God, and part of that deal sold their soul and reduced their bodies to live forever. Like they are truly immortal.
So that's
Because
why you
they're
don't see
immortal,
anything
they're
in the
just
armor.
dust.
Right,
Yeah,
okay.
they're just dust on the inside.
Interesting.
You should find like a bro that, or a gal, anyone that just is like super heavy in lore. Because the lore of this is just absolutely amazing. In fact, the streams I like to watch most of people playing this are people that are kind of like
Talking about it?
to the lore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
Well-
everything we see, like literally, like the planet we're on is like a burial planet for the Ultramarines. and there's like a whole history built into it. Like this isn't just a placeholder for us to run through a level. Like this is a place that exists in the lore of Warhammer and has like a giant storied history.
Yeah, you have like all the Space Marine tombs here. We got Digital
And, like,
Vibes in
all
the
these
chat as
Space
well.
Marines exist. Hey, how's it going, dude?
He says 40k lore is pretty crazy. Oh, we got Fro in the chat as well. What's up, man?
Who is it?
Fro Akomi.
How's it going, dude?
Mr. Electra.
Electra's not in this game, bro. Sorry.
So crazy. He's built a brand around Electra. That's hilarious.
We should be searching all the
Yeah.
servitors. Servitors are enslaved humans that have committed a crime. So to redeem themselves from the God Emperor's mind, they are turned into part machines to perform manual tasks until they die.
Avenging angel exposed.
It's real. That's another interesting thing. I don't know, like the reason that everything looks kind of archaic in Warhammer is because they're not allowed to use AI. Like they are against AI. Like the Omnissiah is the oh man, I hate these guys.
I've never seen this. I've never seen these guys shoot rockets like that. What the hell?
Yeah, that's their extremists. That's one of their extremist legions.
Oh, I have yet to come across that. That guy.
Drift back to your dark masters.
It just popped up on the left. I'm trying to think what the Mechanicus, like the Mechanicus guys are the dudes that are like in the little, they're wearing hoodies and they got like, they're mostly machine.
Oh.
The Mechanicus is the only basically technology worshipping entity that the Emperor and the Imperium allows to exist. And so the Mechanicus is who arms, and as new technology is discovered, basically they are the keepers of it, and they decide whether it'll be used or whether it won't be used. It's their decision.
I'm gonna say, I see. Yeah, he looks like half human, half robot. This guy.
Yep. And so, because they worship the Omnissiah, one of the tenets that they're not allowed to do is they're not allowed to use AI. AI is uncontrollable, and it's outside of what the Omnissiah would allow. So what's the next best thing to like AI level supercomputing? The next best thing is like a human brain. And so that's why you see like skull servitors and like people that are like servants turned into machines, because they're tapping into the human brain as the computer, because they can't use AI or
That's
anything
so
like that.
crazy. That's so
It's
crazy.
just wild. Like there's just a lot of weird stuff in this.
Man,
It's
you would
fun.
never pick up any of this stuff too if you didn't dive into it. Like, that's No, I appreciate it too because, I mean,
Lap.
and what are
trying to
these
think.
these little guys with the horns? What like?
Yeah,
Because they're not
these
human.
are Xenos. They're a Xenos type. So Xenos is anyone that's not a human
Okay.
to the Space Marines. And so they're agents of chaos, so they're literally creatures. I'm trying to think who these chaos dudes. It's a simple Google search away for anyone in chat. But basically, if you just look up, what are these guys? It should say Oro is under attack. Trace forces have landed on his areas. The Thousand Suns. Like if anyone in
Oh.
chat just Googles Thousand Suns, you're gonna see who these guys worship, which chaos god, which is gonna tell us where these little dudes come from. Because each chaos god has its own like legion of like little dudes. Like there's Nurgle, who's like the chaos god of decay, and so like all of his legions are like disgusting zombie exploding gas kind of guys, right?
The Imperium's hammer.
Is there the only the two enemy types in this game, or is there another one I haven't come
In this
across
game
yet?
currently. And what I've noticed is they're already doing polls and stuff on their socials asking people what enemy type should be next. So that's what I like about this game, is that in the time that it's been out, they've released a new level. They're communicating with their community who, you know, loves everything Warhammer, and asking, you know, which enemies do you want to see next? Which legions? Which...
That's
There's,
cool.
like, my wife plays this game.
Yeah.
There's no female class, but, you know, there's female classes that you can play in Warhammer. And so, you know, she would love to have, like, a female character to be playing. And I would, too, because the female characters are just as badass as the dudes, like, in this game.
Input request.
Who I typically play as in games now.
Consecration seal.
Digital Vibe says Horus, the god of empire, god of emperor, Psychers. Am I saying that right? Psychers.
Necessary.
the warp,
Yeah, so
etc.
psychers, there's like sanctioned psychers and there's unsanctioned psychers. Psychers have access to, I think it's the Immaterium and the warp. So they can channel warp powers.
Okay.
The sanctioned psyker is allowed to do that as per authority of the Imperium, which basically means they're less than, they're treated as subhumans, but they're used as a tool and they're used as a battery. If you play through the main campaign, there's a section where you're going to go into a, battery. Lots and lots of them connected together into a giant series, which allows people to communicate over vast distances via the warp itself. It's controlled access to the warp. And as they die, they're just dropped out of their pod into a vat to be melted. And then they just put a new psyker in there. They're literally used as, like, disposable batteries. It's really messed up. Just as everything in this world is.
I've been listening to some of the lines between some of, oh gosh, I'm gonna butcher this, but some of like the humans or whatever in the loading area, like them talking back and forth.
Yeah.
And there's like some that are like slaves, and they're like, no, you're not working hard enough. Just like keep working.
Those are the servitors.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So here's I don't know if you need a med kit, but here's one. If you commit a crime, you are charged, with whatever sentence, and that sentence can be, one of those sentences can be you're turned into a servitor for anywhere from like 100 years to 1,000 years. But at the conclusion of your sentence, whenever you die, you'll feel the God Emperor's warmth. So it's a lose-lose. If you're a servitor, I'm pretty sure.
It's crazy.
What was old boy saying about Horus though? So like the Horus heresy is basically, that's what started all of this. Is like the God Emperor is like not even a human, right? Like he's a human, but he's like 14 feet tall, and has like psyker abilities, etc., etc. And Horus is like the main defector, which caused like the Horus heresy, and that's what started all of this. Like the access to chaos, like chaos demons, chaos gods.
It was the start. Yeah, he was just referencing that. He didn't say anything in particular, but.
Gotcha. I was curious if like the Thousand Sons were part of the original chapter of the Horus Heresy or something.
I mean, 1,000 Suns is like the enemy type we're against now, right?
Correct, which is like a defunct Space Marine chapter.
Right. Where are we going here? Over here.
That's what I was curious about. I'm looking for the return to the main hall and unseal the tomb. So I think we just need to go back upstairs. This map's a little disorienting for me.
You can click tab and then it shows you like where you're supposed to be running. I don't know if you knew that.
I shall wait until all are present.
I need to set my system up because I'm running controller on PC for this specifically. I don't like to play shooters on mouse and keyboard very much. I know some people dig it, but I just don't.
That's why I was asking earlier if you were playing on console, because you said click down, and I was like, click down.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Wow.
Oh.
You should be able to spam your ability, though. Like, I'm just non-stop executing guys.
May those interred here
I got the... Oh.
we shall honor.
This door opens now, right? Yep.
Yep.
A waterfall.
I'm gonna grab some ammo before we go.
I'm trying to remember, is this the mission with the big, like a flying bird? Or is that another
Dragon
one?
Again? Yeah, I think it might be. What's the mission called again? Let me...
Yeah, it is. I think it flies down right after this part.
I await you.
Hey, we got Kid Arcade in the chat.
Hey, we were
What's
just
up,
talking about
man?
it.
We were just talking about
Small
you.
world. His ears were burning. I was just telling Josh that the first time I ever met Kid Arcade was at DesignerCon back in like, is it you and me in the elevator? Let's go help. Where's our other bro?
Oh, is he F? Oh no, he's moving.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back here and make sure he's not getting wiped. Come on, dude.
That's one thing I noticed in this
Yeah,
game
the
is...
first time I ever met him was like DesignerCon 2022, and he gave me a hug and then immediately did like the slickest little break dance I'd ever seen in my life, and I was like, I love this guy. Ah, dude, that is cheap, right? Like
What?
he's summoning bros and we can't even shoot him. Not cool.
And he flies right through.
Yeah.
And
I
this part.
just try to haul balls as fast as I can to the next building.
Oh, he shoots fire, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and it'll pretty much one-shot us. Okay.
Oh shoot.
Okay. Can I get in the building?
Oh, it killed all the enemies though.
Yeah, it kills everything, us included. I took substantial damages.
You can't drop stims in this game, can you? Or no?
No. Alright, I'm gonna get back inside really quick. I'm
Arcades.
gonna wait for the next fire wave to move. There it goes. Alright, I'm moving.
Arcade says get some ammo. Decon 2022.
Oh, is that you down?
Yeah. Yeah, Arcade, it's Corey, dude.
Brother, I'm coming! You're up. Flee into the church building, whatever this is up here.
Oh, Arcade, by the way, dude, I got your, I was on the Real and Common podcast, and they gave me, as a gift for, coming on, your, forgive me, I forget the name of it, but it's the original, piece that you did before the poster that I picked up from you in Vegas. So I got both of them now, which I'm happy about, so.
Hey, does anyone have Mark Lambie's social or know what his handle is? Or Matt Lambie? Anyone in chat or you, Josh?
I could probably grab it for you. I know who you're talking about. I don't know.
I was trying to find him on Twitter, but his handle, or X, but his handle isn't anything that I can remember. And so I want to get in contact with him because he sent me something, and I wanted to, like, you know, I'm going to send him something back, but I wanted to just send him a message and everything, and I was like, dude, I can't find this guy's socials.
I'll grab it for you in a sec here.
Why is my life like this? That's like the weird thing, right? It's like everyone you know, you don't know, in a way.
There's a lot of weird stuff
dude.
happening on X right now, too, though. I mean,
Dude, my controller just disconnected. I don't like that.
Oh.
There we go.
I'm one shot again. I need a stim here.
Wow, you guys are way ahead of me. Brothers, I'm coming. I was killing everyone in this room.
Oh, were you left behind?
I can't. Yeah, I can't let any heretics live, so I was just like slaughtering everyone in that room.
Oh, I love how the environment gets destroyed, too. That's something good with this game.
Right.
You can kick someone
If I
right into a
come now,
statue,
I
and the
need to get
statue
torched.
blows up. Probably pop some health.
Is this the level where we have to kill the dragon, or is this the one where we do like the whole areas thing?
Yeah, I can't remember, because I know there was that one section where you had to... Or there's the one mission where you have to match the symbols.
That's what I was trying to think. I can't remember if that's this one or not.
I am so happy this game is running so smooth for me right now. I had so many issues before, dude. I couldn't even, like, load certain games in. And now I can play everything on max graphics, which I'm super happy about, so...
I saw, like, a new season of Fortnite just dropped, right? Or is about to?
Yes, sir. Dropped today, actually.
You playing that?
I probably will, yeah. I got, I'm hosting the VeVe weekend at 3:30, and then after that I might run some games, so...
Tell me about that. Like, what is that exactly?
I'm,
Like,
well...
I'm like... I barely get on socials because, like, I just have a lot of work to do all the time.
Yeah.
And so I try to, like, loop in, like, once or twice a week. But it's not like whenever I first joined VeVe, my job was just to be a talking head and make videos, right? Like, I was literally just a content producer, a content creator. That was it. And now I'm, like, the head of content services. Like, I run a whole department. And so now I just don't have the time to go on socials as much as I do. So I always feel bad because I know people are doing awesome things, but I'm never super hip to it. So what is that?
It's got a mix of stuff. So they have Baymax from Pixar.
Yeah,
and
Akira.
they have Godzilla, and then the big focus is like Japanese mythology. So like a bunch of like Japanese shrines and like Asian culture, that type of stuff. But whole new map and everything. So I have yet to really play it, but It looks really, really good.
Yeah, that's
so.
that's Fortnite, but what about WebV?
Oh, WebV, my bad. WebV, I mean, it's a collector group, so there's a lot of us in there now, but we get together on the Wednesdays and the Sundays and talk everything happening with VeVe, McFarlane, Cryptoys, just everything in the kind of digital collecting space. So.
There's a med kit over here and an ammo crate, bro.
Nice.
Have the Helldrake to kill.
Okay, there you go, arcade.
So
Got
it's kinda
max
like,
ammo.
It's all collecting. Is it just digital collecting? Is it physical too? Do you have like comic and crypto in there ever to talk about like the physical world and VHSs and all that?
I don't think they've been up on stage. I think they've come in to listen a couple times, but no, it's more so just the digital stuff. But I'll tell you what, I have a feeling we'll probably start focusing more on physical too, because that's one thing that Vegas opened my eyes to, and I'm starting to buy physical stuff. So yeah, I have a feeling we'll probably move into that more. But yeah, just a nice little collector space. Started by Osman Collect 63, if you know him, Alex.
Okay, yeah.
Yep. Yep. And then, yeah, I help co-host on the Sundays, and Dr. Strange co-hosts on the Wednesdays. So. Oh, you gotta match the symbols, right?
Yeah, I'm like half listening and I'm half looking at the symbols.
Hey, I get it.
Man,
I get it.
That right.
One thing I underestimated with streaming is how difficult it is to talk in game at the same time and read the chat. I did not anticipate that.
Oh, he's down. We could be damaging him right now. Okay, crap. I picked the wrong gun for this. Here, let's break this before he summons those guys. So my weapon is a close-in damage weapon, so I am not going to be able to do a huge amount of damage here.
Yeah, I only have a pistol as well.
These crack grenades will do a boatload of damage.
Game is lagging when he shoots the fire, though. Damn.
Right, eyeball. Is
This
that
symbol,
one of them?
yeah, it's this one.
Yep, that's one of them. And what do we got down here? Basketball-looking thing?
No, that's not one.
Not one of them.
Right here, and then it's one of the far left ones.
Oh, here comes an enemy wave. All right, what do we got over here?
Get arcade and digital, the combination. CGD is so cool. We're homies in real life. Appreciate that, bro. Yeah, I love meeting you in real life, man. Definitely a highlight of the trip. Oh, wrong one.
Oh, man, that was such a satisfying parry. Get wrecked. Oh, I shouldn't have executed this guy. I'm right next to the last seal. But
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh, you are? Okay. I was looking
paying
for
attention. Yeah, I got it. He should be vulnerable to damage here in a second.
it. Execute,
Right,
and then...
Can I get a crack grenade stuck to his head? I think I got 2 crack grenades on his head.
Oh, you can toss grenades on him?
I don't think
that was
it
a fail.
because I didn't see his damage chunk at all.
Holy crap. I got stuck and just obliterated there. What the hell?
Yeah, so the ground here, right by the pillars, I think they need to smooth it. Like the developers need to smooth it because you kind of get your legs stuck in some of it.
Oh.
Here, I'm gonna wipe out some of these like little enemies really quick, just so we're not
This guy... Yeah.
getting annihilated quite so quickly.
Oh, we got more symbols here. Okay.
Alright, I am standing by the shield, and ah man, I just made a mistake. I might die here. Nope, I didn't.
Oh, no.
Right.
I think all the other ones are on the right side here.
Okay. Well, no, skull lightning bolts right here.
Oh, did I miss it? Yeah.
Got that one.
This guy... Okay, we
Is
got
that
all
the last
3.
one?
Yeah.
All right.
Shoot,
Can I
shoot,
hit
shoot,
him
shoot.
with my weapon from here? I can't. I have to shoot him with my pistol, dude.
I only have a
Just
pistol,
lost.
too. Oh, somebody just did damage to him, though.
Sniper rifle.
Whoa.
Sniper rifle. That's what I'm talking about.
What the heck?
I was like, this is gonna take a long time. 'Cause I got a melter cannon.
I see the beacon has collapsed.
Wow.
Excellent work, squad.
Yeah, if you haven't played the main campaign, you're in for a treat, dude. It's a lot of fun. Like, take it for the story, take it for the cinematics. Like, the gameplay is cool and kind of introduces you to all the classes. So you can kind of just get a feel, you know, for what every class ability does. Just a touch of it.
Yeah.
But, man, it's a beautiful campaign. There's, like, major hero moments in it. I've seen all kinds of really cool clips that people have, like, streamed out on TikTok and shorts and places like that. Kind of like hype reels. And solid stuff. And it's not over. Like future expansions will see the increase of the main campaign as in addition to extra levels.
They're adding to the campaign. That's interesting.
Because the campaign's not over when you complete it. Like, you're just in a section of the story.
Okay.
What's interesting about these PvE levels that we're playing is whenever you're playing as the main character, Titus, you're seeing the battles from his perspective, but during that, there's other teams that are helping you with Titus's objectives. We are those teams now. Like, that's the point of these PvE maps, is you get to see the stuff that they were doing while you were the main character doing what you were doing.
Is that Titus guy, is he based off Henry Cavill? Because he looks like coincidentally very similar. And I know he plays Warhammer,
I don't think
but
there's any connection.
no?
But man, Cavill, he would, if we could get someone like him to prop up 40K, I would be all in. I would be all in, especially if they're so protective of their lore, and I think that's been his biggest challenge as an actor and why he's had issues. Like, the first season of The Witcher was pretty solid. It was pretty solid. But then they started deviating from lore, which caused issues with him as an actor because the lore was important to him.
Oh.
And for me, like, the final seasons of The Witcher kind of fell short, right? And I didn't even watch, like, the spin-off shows or anything like that. And I love The Witcher. Like, Wild Hunt is my jam. Like, it ranks up there with, like, Red Dead Redemption or Fallout New Vegas for me. Like, the Skyrim, like, those games that I've played multiple times, but I'll play again, you know, just to be in that world. And so they really need someone like him who loves this stuff, you know, has a history of playing it, talks openly about it, and represents it well. Because I think some of the best moments in modern cinema have come from producers and directors trusting their actors to know the characters that they've been playing and what they would do and what they wouldn't do.
Completely agree. Yeah.
One of the best examples of that for me is Tom Hiddleston and Loki. And, you know, he has probably the best character arc in the MCU, in my opinion. Like, in terms of character growth and shift over time, showing like a beautiful character arc, a hero's journey, you know, if you want to call it that. And in that final series of Loki, they were going to close that out a lot differently than how it was going to be closed out. And he basically was like, that's not what my character would do. You know, this is what he would do. This is how he would feel. And because they listened to him, for me, like, the season finale and the lead up to it was some of the best MCU live action that's out there. Like, it was very satisfying, really emotional, really well done. And again, they kind of trusted the person that's been playing that character for a chunk of their life, right? Like, that's a big commitment. Like, these people have been being these characters for decades now.
Yeah.
Oh, is this
You're making...
Yeah, I've only played this mission like a few times, I think.
I don't think I played this mission, right? Actually. Whoa. Oh, no. Maybe once. But it looks way different on ultra rare graphics.
Look at this giant enemy over here. This is like the enemy they introduced for this. I can't think of what it's called, but man, that thing's fucking ginormous.
Isn't that what we have to fight at the end of?
Yeah. We use like the coordinate cannon system or whatever to drop rounds on it.
Got Ovni in the chat. Digital Vibe says, I don't have the game, but it does look amazing one day. Yeah, if you can get your hands on this, dude, I highly recommend it. It's this is actually the first game that I paid for in a very long time, because I typically stick to the Game Pass games, but no, I dropped the $80 for it, and I will say it's worth it. So.
And PvE is also just a ton of fun in this. I haven't been playing any PvE because this game's been out long enough where it's almost better to find a Discord or a group of people that play regularly, because that's who you're going to play. You're going to get match made against people that are calmed up, you know.
Did you ever play Trials of Osiris in Destiny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
what I did every single week, dude. I had my squad, and we would run 10 games, 10 wins on all 3 characters. That's what we'd do.
I kind of fell off of Destiny. I'm trying to think when that happened. I think it was when my first son was born, actually.
Okay.
Is kind of when the time availability dropped, there was a glory period with my wife where she was on maternity leave because she was active duty military. Whenever my first son came into the picture. And so she got like this huge chunk of maternity leave, and I was working from home as a developmental editor and author. Like I've written some books that are on Amazon.
Very cool.
And I worked for a company called Bean Publishing, which is a science fiction and fantasy publisher. So I worked as a developmental editor. And so I was working from home, she was on maternity leave, and we just basically stuck our PlayStations together and bought 2 big TVs, and we would just sit next to each other on the couch and play Destiny all the time.
Oh, dude, that's the dream right there.
Yeah, it was the glorious. It was a lot of fun.
That is the dream. Thunderous impact.
Man, I'm getting, I need to start dodging and stop tanking.
I need to start executing more. That's what I need to do.
Yeah. Eventually, which class are you playing right now?
Assault.
Assault. I'm trying to think what the assault class's special is. Oh, you fly up in the air and smash the ground.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
That's your jam.
Just did it. And missed. Terribly.
You're like, I took that stump and dealt it all the damage, bro.
Ovni says it's in Game Pass. Did they add it to Game Pass?
The PvP?
No, the just the game in general, Space Marines. I didn't see it in Game Pass, but either way, that's an option for people who want to download it if it is. So. Look at
And
the map.
you know how like we're leveling up our weapons and our armor here in PvE? It's a whole other upgrade pathway in PvP. Like that's a whole separate
Oh, it doesn't carry over.
leveling up system. Yeah, it doesn't carry over. Which I don't know. I mean, I think that's smart in a way. Because a lot of people just play PvP, right?
Yeah.
So forcing them to play PvE when they don't want to, not a good look.
And for those wondering in chat,
very.
PvP is just player versus player. So it's just like a think Call of Duty.
Heather and I played a whole bunch of Fortnite, but we played PvE Fortnite, so save the world. You know, so like the base building sort of waves that you do on that side.
I've never touched that. I didn't know that that's where Fortnite started. And somebody just told me
Yeah.
about, I think it was Sven actually. But yeah, it's like a whole separate game, right?
And we were really butthurt about it because we really liked the story. The Fortnite save the world storyline. And PvP just exploded, you know, like Battle Royale just like exploded. Ninja, you know, all those guys were just making all that amazing content. So of course they stopped, you know, focusing on PvE, but it was a bummer because that was our jam, you know. We had dumped hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours. We had a lot of friends that played with us that we met online, and we just never got any more updates ever again. You know, the story remains basically pretty much really hollow and unfinished.
You know, I might pick that up because I think that's actually in the Fortnite shop now. And you're making me more curious now.
I'll play it with you, and Heather will too, and we have like all the resources in the world to like basically, you know, help you out.
So I'm understanding, so it's like a campaign for Fortnite. That's how I'm understanding it.
Basically, it's a wave-based system where all the places that you play in PvP plus some are available as missions, and there's different kind of missions. There's like launch the van, there's defend an objective, there's, you know, deliver a payload bomb, so you have to build railroad tracks while being attacked by waves of enemies, and completing the objective is how you basically, you know, get your reward, right? And those rewards allow you to open pinatas, which are full of the rare resources, which are the weapon schematics and the traps, to allow you to upgrade your gameplay experience and level up your characters. It's like a whole thing.
I don't think I've
It's
even
basically
seen gameplay on
a
this
survival
before.
game. There's like basically a sub game where you get cards for all the characters, which help you with expeditions, which is like a passive reward system. I mean, it's a whole fleshed out thing. It's a lot of fun, but yeah, they just completely went battle royale, which is fine. I get it.
Might need help here.
Where are you?
I think I ran ahead. I didn't realize.
Oh yeah, you're way over there. We're killing a bunch of majors over here. I'm running too.
You know what? I think it might be good.
Trust in yourself, brother. Oh yeah, you jumped down these. So.
Yeah, couldn't get back up. No, heal. We got Informant in the chat. I see your comment, man. We got OBL in the chat. Man, I appreciate everyone stopping by. For those who are wondering, well, you guys probably already know the voice. Everyone knows Corey, but we're, I got Corey with me. We're playing some Space Marines too, so Warhammer 40K.
Use the voice modulators that make us sound like Space Marines. Then no one would know our voice. They'd be like, brother, brother. We must stop this turret invasion. This heresy must stop.
I need to start buying more of that equipment for streaming, like the soundboards and all that.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Like, it's an edge. Like, I will watch streamers who are fluent in doing that because it just adds a whole another dynamic to the gaming experience, you know?
Man, speaking of that, you upgraded your studio. So how are you enjoying the new setup and all that?
Well, really, the upgraded studio space was just an actual legitimate space. Like, ever since I've been making content, it's kind of just whatever room was available. And I'd move all the things to sort of make it work within the confines of our living arrangement.
Right.
Oh, there's an extremist enemy. Let's go to Old Boy.
Whoa!
Oh, there it is. You see that parry? You see that parry? Get
Talk about
wrecked,
timing,
bro.
dude. I don't know how you parried that. I got
So
him.
this guy's highly parryable. You can parry every one of his attacks. Oh, man. Oh, those are those moments, dude, where you're like, hell yeah.
Dude, the reaction time on that was impressive.
Because you can see the, they give you the little red chevron, which means you can't, you need to dodge, and the blue chevron means you can parry. Okay, there's a Neotrope here, which means we need to kill that. Where
Okay,
is it?
you taught me something there because I did not know you couldn't parry if it comes up red. That makes a lot of
Yeah,
sense
if it's
now.
red, you gotta dodge.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, we got 2 Neothropes right here. Oh no, it's just one major.
Yeah, I think it's just
Neothrope,
one.
But he's in like a crazy spot. Oh god.
Whoa!
Yep, not good.
Grenade. He's low. How is he not down yet? What the heck?
He's a, this guy will give us armory data whenever we kill him. Alright, we need to start dodging here. Alright,
Got him.
nice. That's that. Good work, old chaps.
And the animations are just crazy.
I know. Yeah, so red means yes dodge,
Despite its massive brain,
or yeah, red is you need a dodge, blue means parry.
Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense now, because I was saying I always fail with the parry, but...
Fortress remains safe. We have to activate these consoles.
And it allows you just to wade through like a whole group of you're gonna find, like, whenever I first started playing this, I think the game I had played previous was Elden Ring. And so Elden Ring requires a lot of like rolling, essentially, like a lot of dodging, right? But there's a parry as well. But in Elden Ring, it was always about getting out of the thick of it for me. Like, in my game style was like, don't be in a mob, like kind of like pull enemies apart and
Right.
slowly work your way through them. But in this, it kind of pays, depending on what class you're playing, to just stand your ground in the midst of like everything. And instead of trying to dodge, just let them all be around you.
Yeah, I noticed
and
the
just
assault's
work
pretty
your
good.
Dodges and parries.
The assault's pretty good for that, just jumping up and finishing everyone like this.
Yeah. Here's some armor boost if you need it. I'll tag it.
Have you ever played the game Evil West?
No. What is that?
So that is, I just started playing it, and I'm kind of getting addicted to this game now, but it's similar to, I don't really play many style games like this, so it's hard to explain, but you know the Wukong game that came out earlier this year?
The what?
The Wukong game? Like
Yeah.
So it's similar to that, but
Yeah.
it's more of like it's like a futuristic old Western kind of style. So you're like a cowboy, but you have like electrified weapons and like a electrified
dude,
bow
that
and
sounds
stuff.
awesome, actually.
Yeah, you have like
I
boss
love that.
fights, and then there's like the side quests and everything. I think the game looks amazing, but the thing I like a lot about it is you have so many abilities with your character that you almost kind of forget certain things to use at times. So you like never get bored. There's like
I'm gonna check that out. What's it called?
Evil West.
Evil West?
Yeah, I haven't even unlocked everything, and I have like 14 different things I can do with my character so far. from like eliminations to like special abilities and stuff. It's really, really cool. So
Find and eliminate the invasive material. Where the hell is this invasive material, dude? Is it? I've done this mission twice.
I think it's
This
where
is the newest
our
DLC.
teammate is.
We should just stick next to our dude. Like
Yeah.
he's up here, like carried us. We're over here killing them. He's like, these guys.
Oh.
Come on, get on the objective. Yeah, look, he's even saying, please check this area. We're coming, bro. We're sorry, we're scrubs.
That's good to know you can ping. I didn't know you could do that either. I gotta figure out how to do that. Oh.
That sniper down there, I need to get rid of him. Why are you the way you are?
Wow,
Let's go
I
with
had
the sniper.
no idea that you could travel as far as you can with the assault super. I just jumped so far.
Yeah. It's actually a good tool for reviving teammates, too,
I can see that.
and
yeah.
getting out of tight spots.
Can you revive
The other cool
in
thing about-
PvP?
No, like you just respawn.
Okay.
But with your class, it's pretty wild in PvP. So, like in this game, with PvE on this side, like you're kind of limited by the environment. Like you would think you could jump onto like the platforms above us, but you can't, right? Like the game's not going to allow you because you'll be in a dead space, like when it comes down to it. But in PvP, pretty much everything you see, like you can fly over top of, which is really unique.
Oh, nice.
Which makes your class kind of like, I like playing the sniper because it's cool to be invisible because you're truly invisible to the other team. I like playing the war because your shield literally is a shield. They can't shoot through it. They need to literally get behind you, you know?
Wait, so
like,
if you're
you
invisible,
actually are handy.
there's no like effect that shows that you're slightly invisible
Nope.
or oh wow.
You're gone. Yeah,
Wow.
it's pretty handy. Why can't we kill that thing? What is that? Here's a medical kit if anyone needs it.
It's not letting me pick it up.
You might be full. You might want to.
I don't have any.
Potion up.
I don't have any actually. I think it's just a glitch.
Man, I am out of ammo. Is there an ammo crate in this place? I mean, I'll pick it up.
Are any boxes?
Awakening has begun. So those are the Vox Mechanicus. Those voices you're hearing, the machine spirits. So in this world, all of the machines have like spirits inside of them that must be appeased. And so you pray to the machines, the Vox Mechanicus do. So they'll do what you need them to do. So instead of just being like, I'm a hacker, you know, and I know computer, you pray to the machines. You worship the Messiah. And then the machine does what you need it to do. And
That's
if you're
actually
not
funny.
nice to the machines, then they're like, you know what, screw you, bro. Like, I'm not going to do anything you ask. And the machine spirits can be haunted. They can be corrupted by the warp. Like, this game's a trip, dude. There's so much to it.
Where are we going here?
Oh, I actually have ammo again. Yay! Ammo! Here's an armor boost if anyone needs it. I'll tag
I did
out.
notice that about this game. You do run out of ammo quite a lot.
And the higher the difficulty, the more that happens. And so
Yeah.
you're going to notice as part of your skill trees for all your weapons, a lot of them have like ammo refunds as part of their skill trees. And so
Okay.
once you get to the like really high level of play, like you're playing Inferno mode, there are kind of basically metas where you're going to need to figure out what meta works for you and your play style, or you're just always going to be without ammo and you're going to have to figure out how to be really good at melee and dodging and parrying.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I guess it's kind of the game forcing you to go that route, so that you're not shooting all the time. Or am I overthinking that?
No, you're right. Like, your character, you should be able to chain your ability over and over again by hitting swarms of enemies.
Right.
So, like, you have an ability refresh that you'll unlock eventually, that whenever you land and impact a large area and kill a lot of enemies, it, like, counts towards your refresh. And then, like, my ability, every time I execute, it's reducing our ability refresh by 15%. And the sniper, every headshot he gets reduces ability refresh by another, 10 to 15% if you choose to have that. Every class has something that helps the entire team, plus yourselves. And so what happens is you eventually in Inferno mode, you kind of need to have a squad that meshes together pretty well, because you're not gonna be able. There's not enough bullets.
Yeah, I got to be more
Like
strategic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the joke in Warhammer is, we're out of bullets. Well, okay, we'll drown them in our own blood then, right? Like there's always a solution, right? Like you're never defeated.
There we go. That was efficient.
Your character, like once you are using you're using a chainsword. Once you start using that Warhammer, dude, that's like my favorite thing in this game. It's so ridiculously metal. Like it's bonkers.
I'll switch that next time I can. I thought the sword was faster at killing people. I guess maybe I'm wrong.
You got to factor in like what your ability does. So basically, your ability is doing area-based damage, right? So you're impacting a large area and a lot of enemies, and so having a weapon that has a high damage potential increases the amount of area damage you do per use.
That would make sense. Okay.
Oh man, is old boy in the hurt locker because an enemy wave?
Yeah, I was gonna say earlier. One thing I noticed too is that if you run into an AFK player, you're kind of screwed. You gotta wait for them to like come back.
Die, and if we stay at the waypoint, like we'll be fine. But yeah, we're about to be in it. Like, look at all these majors coming in. This is wild. Let's go.
Execute. Drop. Another one here. I love how you can turn your camera when you're executing too. It's not the same thing every time.
Yeah. Is he coming now? Oh no, he's still over here. I'm just gonna help them wipe this area really quick. You know what I bet he's doing? I bet he's looking for the gene seed so we get the XP boost. And right there it is. I see it right on the other side. He just picked it up, I'm pretty sure.
Nice.
Oh, it's a Guardian Relic. My bad. Another Neothrope. That's my least favorite enemy in this game.
Are those relics, are they randomly placed or are they...
Yeah.
Yeah?
Well, they're randomly... They're in a set locations, but randomly placed on load. If that makes sense. Like, they're not always in the same place, but they can always be in a place.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I haven't seen that content. I'm sure it's out there. I haven't seen it on TikTok, but on YouTube, there's people that have done, maps. Like, here's all the locations where to find the gene seed in this level. Let's go! And then they do the whole thing.
Boxes! Armor boost.
Ooh. Armor. I'll take it. And then, let's say something. My character says stuff like, here we go.
I heard that, yeah.
I crave a blood bath or a blood shower. Because I'm not picky, I believe self-care is important as a space marine, so I will take either a blood bath or a blood shower, whatever it takes to rest and relax.
I'm gonna switch to this hammer now. Alright, we got the hammer.
And obviously, your XP will be split between all of the applicable weapons you use and loadouts. So if you use like 2 loadouts, it's going to swap the XP between the 2 of those, so you'll split it. Dude, that thing's so bonkers.
I know, I just got distracted by that. Wow. I love scale.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And all these swarms in the sky, guys, that's AI, I think, too. So crazy.
Yep. It depends if the sky swarms actually impact us. If that makes sense. Like, sometimes the sky enemies are an enemy you actually have to deal with. And sometimes they're just an aesthetic.
Oh my lord, what the heck? The execution with the hammer is vicious.
Isn't it cool? I love it, actually.
God.
I love everything about that hammer.
So
It's like
extra.
one of my favorite things. Oh, nice. So we got an ammo crate center.
Holy.
right here. And then we need to interact with this. And then what is it we do? Like, we got to use like an aiming console, I think.
Yeah, somebody gets a
I've
weapon
only
or
done
something,
this one
right?
2 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's the console that controls the... One of us has to aim it, I'm pretty sure, while the other ones, like, keep us from getting murdered.
Oh, where are you?
Oh, I'm the one that has it. I'm trying to shoot these guys and I can't. I need to paint the target with this thing.
Is it a laser or something?
Yep.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
I was like, why can't I shoot these guys?
Okay, so
What's
I'm
even
protecting
happening
you
right
then.
now? Well,
Okay, I definitely
this
see what
hurts.
you mean about the area damage now. Oh, don't want to step in that stuff.
The tyranny dares to attack us.
Get out of here.
I am not doing a good job dodging in these open spaces to stay out of that poison range. Okay, I don't have the thing anymore, so that means we need
Yeah,
to go
I think it's
interact
down
with
here,
the
right?
I could not understand what's happening to save my life, because I was trying to shoot those guys, and instead I was like painting them with that game laser. So I was like, what? Where's my gun? I'm powerless.
So I think I'm... Oh, I think you gotta protect me over here while I do this.
Yeah, I see the interact. I'm coming to you right now.
I'm gonna hold it down, so...
It spews its
What
vileness upon us. Sweet mother's milk.
What am I
Protect
doing here? Am I
yourself.
charging a generator? What is...
That's
Oh,
what you're doing.
yeah?
You're charging the main cannons that we use. Let's get under this bridge, because this is...
We got
That
boxes
does
here.
so much damage. That's pretty broken. This is just on average.
Yeah.
Man, that still does huge chunks of damage. On Inferno, that would be insta-killing us then. That would be my guess. So there must be a way to predict where those attacks are going to be and avoid them entirely. Okay.
Oh, here they come. Yeah, I think that's the
Yeah, we
prediction
need
right there. You just
console
see
blade.
them in the air. So you have a little bit of wait time before they hit.
Nuprin, I will protect you. Fear not.
Oh, we got a wave over here.
No Tyranid Xenos will touch you while I breathe.
Waiting for higher commands. Steam Minister.
Boom.
Oh, here
Boom.
comes the big boys. Get some grenades out.
Boom. Execute. Yeah, good call with the hammer. These executions are way better.
It's fun, right? Like, I just love that weapon. There's a rhythm to it, too, and there's some tricks to that hammer. Like, you can do some power attacks where basically you charge to attack, but you can break your charging and your attacks by doing dodges, which will allow you to string your attacks more fluently.
Oh.
So there's a flow to that hammer, and once you sort that, like, you're gonna
Oh,
feel basically unstoppable.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
So it's like charge attack, do a dodge to break attack, re-attack, and you can just string your attacks non-stop, even with a heavy weapon.
Yeah, it's like the wait time is...
Space from the Tyranids.
I see exactly what you mean.
Ground's all-
Okay.
Ground's all gassy.
Awaiting
Nuprin,
aim and
I'm trying to stay with you to protect you, but you got to paint the target, my friend. We're waiting for you.
I don't know if he... Does he realize? Oh, yeah,
like
he does.
he's
Okay.
painting it right now. It just takes a little time.
Oh,
You missed.
God.
That's a bummer. You missed, Nuprin. You missed. I don't hate you, but I judge you a little.
Hey, we got Hanano in the chat. Thanks for stopping by, as
Hanano
always.
indeed.
Look at the ratings going up with that face on screen. Oh, yeah, get out of here, dude.
There's an extremist over here that I'm trying to manage. Okay, he's executed. Enough of that. Get out of here. You're a trash. You've been washed.
Are these called
Kick rock.
captains, or what are their actual names? Captain? The
So
ones that...
that's a major you're fighting
Major.
over. Oh no, that's Nuprin. And then you've got the terminus enemies, which are the larger, more powerful enemies.
Okay.
And then there's one tier above that, and those ones give us like armory data. They have health bars. That's how you know you're fighting those guys.
Oh, we got more coming in. Does he shoot same spot every time? It's very.
Who has the Dunab? Oh, it's Nuprin again.
Yeah.
Nuprin, I'm coming to you. I will save you.
Oh, this guy's calling in a wave. I don't know if he got
He didn't get it off.
He didn't? No.
Yeah. You'll see like the little red skull above their heads. If it gets slashed through, it means the wave got busted. Oh, Nuprin, you got the most beautiful shot. You got this, buddy. You got this.
I can't get over there yet.
Oh.
Oh, now I can.
We gotta flee, Nuprin. We gotta flee. You're in a tight spot. He can't even hear me. I'm talking to him like this guy can actually hear anything. Like, look where you're standing, Josh. Like, you have the most... Okay. I
Yeah.
gotta hide now. You have the most beautiful spot to land rounds on him.
I didn't... What you said there didn't click with me until I got hit.
Okay, now we gotta go recharge the cannon again. No, I'm not gonna dodge that. I'm just gonna shoot you in the face.
Hey. Wow, that's a little unfair. How do you hit the spot that I'm supposed to be... The guy covered the ground with the goo, right where I'm supposed to be interacting.
We just gotta take a beat. And sometimes we just have to sacrifice our health for the Emperor's glory. You know, there's a reward at the end of all this. It's to be embraced by the Emperor's warm love. So we just take it, man. Like, I'm just going to stand here and take it. It's worth it.
Oh, literally. You're already doing it.
Yeah, the God Emperor he's protecting me with his warmth right now. So it's all good.
Oh. Execute. And we got another familiar name in the chat. We got Mr. Chris Severs popping in. Thanks for stopping by, man.
Hey, I love his articles.
Yes, sir.
It's so cool to see his work on Go Collect.
Yes,
like,
sir.
It's so cool to see so many talented people. You know, that we've all come together and we're collecting in whatever format we're into.
Speaking of,
it's interesting how talented so many people are, right?
Yeah. Our community is next to none. It's insane, but...
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, speaking of the Go Collect, I don't know if you know this, Corey, but Chris, I'll ask you as well. Were you the one behind the Go Collect blog for Ben's interview with Go Collect? Because I'm pretty sure I saw Chris get tagged in that, so I don't know if he was the one who wrote it, but...
Ben's really media savvy. It's one thing I really, really like about having him on a team. He's really a go-getter about getting a good word out.
Yeah, I've been seeing him comment on stuff that isn't even like VeVe related. I was like, that's awesome. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jason
Yep.
Spaces.
Yep.
Finally, the Hierophant is no more. Well, bro, I think you got a dodge after this one. Don't you have a...
Yeah, yeah, for those tuning in now, we do have VeVe at 3:30. So, yeah, we will probably end it here. But if you guys did enjoy this kind of stream, I know it's kind of the first on the channel, let us know in the comment section or in the chat, and then I mean, not to put pressure on you, man, maybe we can turn this into like a little mini series or something.
I'm down any weekend where I'm not working, Josh.
Cool.
Like, I love playing games. It's my jam. Whenever I can, I do. So yeah.
Love it.
You're obviously a great conversationalist, so you know that's fun too.
Hey man, I appreciate it. A little nervous on camera for the first time, I do have to admit, but I'll get a little bit more used to things as we go. So, no, Corey, dude, I appreciate you you tuning in and being willing to do all this. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, it means a lot, and I know you're a gamer, so it's always nice. So, but yeah, any last words for the audience before we let them go?
No, thank you so much for just coming by and hanging out with us while we, you know, killed some filthy Xenos for the God Emperor's glory. And hope you all have a fantastic weekend wherever you are. And we'll see you soon, hopefully.
Love it. And if you guys are interested in the game and you want to join us in any future streams, let me know. My DMs are open. And there's one more spot on the squad. So I think you can run three in a mission, so...
And PvP, I think it's like 6. So if we ever start dipping into that, even more.
Okay. I was thinking it was 4v4 for some reason.
I could be wrong. I only did a few rounds, to be honest.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate everyone tuning in. If you guys enjoy the stream, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, follow if you guys are watching over on X, and we'll catch you in the next one. Later.
Later.